Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. It's Mr. Belk. I wanted to come talk to you today about some more trigonometry. This is the last topic I believe we will be talking about this year. Alright, and yesterday you guys should have learned about sine, cosine, tangent, and you guys probably learned some of the stuff in geometry, so it should be familiar. You should be familiar with this so far. But just a reminder, sine, cosine, tangent, they're ratios in a right triangle. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, depending on the angle you're looking at. Let me try to circle it in this picture. According to this picture, we're looking at this angle down here. Okay, we're looking at angle B. And sine is the ratio of the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cosine is the ratio of the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And the tangent is the ratio of the opposite over the adjacent. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go through and we're going to set these ratios up and use these ratios to solve for missing sides and missing angles in right triangles, okay? The first thing we need to do, though, is we're going to be evaluating sine, cosine, tangent on our calculators, and what that means that we need to do is we're going to change our calculator's mode to degrees. Naturally, your calculator is set on radians, which we will not be using right now, but we will talk about in the future, and we're going to have to change this setting to degrees. So if you click on the mode, if you guys saw that, if you click on the mode button on your calculator, you want to scroll down to the third option and see radian is highlighted. You're going to want to go ahead and flip that over to degrees. So just slide over and hit enter, and that will put you back in degrees, okay? Because that's the angle measure that we're going to be working with today and for most of what we do this chapter. So let's go ahead and talk about how we do this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is identify which angle that you're looking at. So in this case, we are looking at the 37 degrees that's down here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're trying to solve for this missing side. And you want to look at the variable and the side length that they give you, and you want to see what two sides those are, and then you decide whether you want to set up a sine, cosine, or tangent ratio. So let me label these sides. So the x straight across from the 37 down here at B is the opposite side, okay? And the 10.3 over here, that is the longest side. You see it's across from the right angle. You can always tell where the hypotenuse is going to be. That's what this is going to be, by always being across from the right angle. So this is the hypotenuse. Okay, so if we have the opposite and the hypotenuse, if you look right up here on this screen, you can see that goes with sine. Okay, and there's the mnemonic device for trying to remember that if you'd like to. And so I'm going to go ahead and set up a sine ratio. You want to set up all your ratios this way. You want to do sine, and that's just because we chose sine, because those are the two sides that they gave us, okay? And you're going to do sine, and then in parentheses, you're going to put in the angle they give you, 37 degrees. And then you're going to set it equal to, because that's what this is, that's what this ratio is telling us, the sine of the angle is equal to this ratio. So we're going to use that to solve for this side. The sine of 37 is a decimal that we're going to go find in our calculator, and it equals the opposite side length, which in this case is x, over the hypotenuse side length, which in this case is 10.3. Okay? And now all you want to do is solve for x. So if I want to go through and solve for x, I want to get rid of the 10.3 in the denominator. That's supposed to be a dot. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 10.3. So multiply this by 10.3. And see, those will cancel out, and you'll have 10.3 times sine 37 equals x. And what I'm going to go do is I'm going to actually go put this part on my calculator, and it will give me a number out. So let me go do that. I'm going to do 10.3 times sine 37. And I like to write the number first in doing this. If you write the number second, make sure you close your parentheses. Otherwise, it'll do the sine of 37 times 10.3, so it'll be like the sine of 370. And you don't want that, okay? But this answer comes out. We'll just keep one decimal place for what we're doing. This will round up to 6.2. That was our missing side right there. Okay, let's go on and we'll do another example, solving for a missing side. Let's do this one right here. Again, I'm going to label the two sides that we have. So we're looking at 47 degrees. I've got the adjacent side. That's what the x is right beside it. And both of these triangles are oriented the same way. Not all your triangles will be oriented like that. So do be careful when you're labeling your sides. But yesterday you should have got practice with that. And then 3 again is across from C. So it is the hypotenuse. and the bottom side is the opposite that we don't have. So in this situation, we are going to use cosine because that's the ratio that goes with the opposite and the hypotenuse. So cosine, and again, in parentheses, put your degrees. In this problem, we got 47, and set it equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So this time we have an x right here, and then divide it by 3. So now let's go multiply both sides by 3. And then if that's what you want to do when this is in the denominator, multiply both sides by 3. And that will give you 3 cosine 47 equals, these cancel out, so you see it'll equal x. Okay, so we're going to do 3 times cosine 47 on our calculator, and it will spit out, there we go. So our answer is 2.04. You can just round it to 2. You can put 2.04 if you want, but 2 or 2.0, 2.04, that's all fine. Let's do this example real quick. So this one will end up being a little bit different, but it will be important for you to see it. So let's go ahead and label our two sides from the 41 degrees that we have right here. 4 is the opposite side, x is the adjacent, and the b to a on the bottom is the hypotenuse. You see how this one is oriented differently, so be careful. But if you have the opposite and the adjacent side, that means you're going to use a tangent ratio. So put your tan right here like you would with sine cosine, or sine or cosine. Put 41 degrees inside of it, and you're still going to set it equal to opposite over adjacent. So opposite in this one was 4, that's that side length, and then adjacent is x, which you're solving for. Okay, see this one's a little bit different because now you have an x in the denominator. When you do, to solve that, you're still going to multiply both sides by the denominator. So I'm going to multiply this side by x, multiply this side by x. So I'll have x tan 41 equals the 4 and the x over x here, those cancel, and you have tan 41 equals, or x tan 41 equals 4. And then what you're going to do to solve is you're going to divide both sides by tan 41. And that's a little bit weird, but tangent 41 is just some number on your calculator, so it's perfectly fine to divide by it. So that will give you x equals, and now on our calculator I'm going to do 4 and then divide by, you don't have to put that in parentheses, sorry, divide by tangent, and do close the parentheses for this one, tangent 41. Okay, and then that will give me x equals 4.6. Alright, so let's scroll down, so that's a little bit different when the x is on the bottom, but make sure you keep what goes on top straightforward, otherwise that's an easy mistake that you can make. And you do that just by following the ratios you make. This was opposite over adjacent, so in our fraction we did opposite over adjacent. Okay, let's talk about how you can use this to solve for missing angles. And using it to solve for missing angles is actually really not too hard. First thing you need to do is still label your sides and then set up your ratio. So this, I think, is another tangent. We have 11.9 is the opposite, and 10 is the adjacent. And then a and b on the top is the hypotenuse that we don't need. So we're going to use tangent, because we have the opposite and the adjacent. The way you want to set this up, you want to go tangent, and then in parentheses you still put your angle. Your angle is this little symbol right down here that you probably have not seen before. It's a circle with a line through it. We'll typically draw it like that, and it's called theta. It's just a Greek letter, and I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. But it's just a Greek letter people use to represent angles. So if you see my circle with a line through it, that's just representing an angle. It's a variable for an angle like x. And in this situation, we're going to solve for theta like we would solve for x. And then our fraction over here is actually going to have both its numbers in it because opposite is 11.9 and the adjacent is 10. And then what you want to go do to solve for theta on any of the angle problems, you're going to do inverse tangent. And how do you do inverse tangent? It's just tangent -1. That's the notation people would typically use for it. And you can get it on your calculator if you do second, and then tangent. It'll pull up tan -1. And you're just going to do tan -1 of the fraction you just found, so 11.9 over 10. And your answer will be in degrees. So let's do tan -1 of 11.9 over 10. Okay? And then it'll spit out 49.9 or 49.9, and see that will round up to 50. And this answer actually has units, it's in degrees. So that angle right there we just solved for is 50 degrees. Okay? Let's do one more of those. Not all of them will be tangent. Let's go look at this triangle. So here our sides are 4.4 is adjacent, 11 is hypotenuse. So this is going to be a cosine problem. So I'm going to do cosine of the angle, and in this case the angle, we do not know it, so I put in theta as my placeholder, and I solve for it. And then I set it equal to the adjacent, which is 4.4, over the hypotenuse, which is 11, because cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And now to solve for theta, what you're going to do is, instead of doing inverse tangent, or instead of doing regular cosine, you're going to do cosine -1. And I'm going to do cosine -1 of 4.4 over 11. Just the same fraction you found, don't flip it or anything, but I'm just going to do, and to pull up inverse cosine or inverse sine, you just do second and then cosine. And if you want inverse sine, you would do second and then sine. So I'm going to do inverse cosine of 4.4 over 11, not 1. And then it'll spit out my answer for me. So this is 66.4 degrees. Alright, so that's everything that we're going to do today. We're going to be practicing this a lot more the rest of this week with word problems.